I've always believed the best teacher is experience, not theory, not guesses, but real world in the trenches experience, where your choices have consequences and your results either push you forward or pull you back. My name is Joseph, and a few years ago, I decided to become my own experiment. I didn't have a lab. I didn't have a team of scientists. What I had was my body, and a question I couldn't ignore anymore. What would happen if I pushed my limits, tracked everything, and truly committed to changing how I lived, ate, trained, and recovered? Not for a study, not for anyone else, but for me. I called it my N=1 experiment. One subject, one focus, complete ownership. See, up until that point, I had tried all the typical stuff. The cutting calories, the running until my knees hurt, the cycling through motivation and burnout. I was chasing fat loss and performance, but I was also chasing clarity. I wanted to know what worked for me, and what I found along the way changed everything. I started measuring my ketone levels, tracking blood glucose, testing different types of fasts, and experimenting with nutrient timing. Each week brought a new layer of insight, some of it encouraging, some of it humbling. There were times I plateaued, times I questioned whether it was even worth it. But I kept going, I kept learning, and slowly my body started to respond. I learned that carbs weren't the enemy, but that insulin sensitivity was the key. I learned that fat loss had less to do with willpower and more to do with metabolic flexibility. I learned that recovery, true deep recovery, was more important than crushing another hard workout. But more than anything, I learned that the only way to reach your goals is to stop guessing and start measuring. To stop waiting for the perfect plan and start testing your own. Because the truth is, no one can do this for you. No trainer, no doctor, no influencer on the internet. If you want to change your life, you have to take responsibility for it. You have to experiment. You have to be willing to track, adjust, and try again. In episode 2 of the Burn It Nutrition podcast, I take you behind the scenes of my N=1 experiment. The highs, the lows, the blood tests, the breakthroughs, everything I discovered while using my own body as a lab. If you've ever felt stuck, if you're overwhelmed by conflicting information, if you're curious what really works when it comes to fat loss, energy, and performance, then this episode is for you. You can listen to the full podcast right now on our website at burnitnutrition.com/podcast2, or find it on iTunes or Spotify under Burn It Nutrition. And before you go, let's talk about one of the simplest yet most powerful upgrades to your health hydration. Most people think hydration is just about drinking water, but the key is electrolyte balance. That is why I use Element electrolytes daily. With the right mix of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, your body functions at its best. It keeps me hydrated, supports my workouts, and improves recovery. Right now, Element is offering a free sample pack with any purchase. Just go to drinkelement.com/burnit to grab yours. Again, check out the full podcast episode to learn what happened during my N=1 journey, and maybe start your own. burnitnutrition.com/podcast2. Because transformation starts when you stop outsourcing your health and start owning it.